Hi, I'm John Halloran, and I just want to give you a neat little trick. If you go to spell mode, you'll see something called Word Finder. And of course, this only works well when you have Vocabulary Builder off, because otherwise, if Vocabulary Builder is on, only the words that are working will show up. So let's say you spell the word iPod. So you say IPOD, and then you say OK. You know, it shows you here's where it is, but what's really nice is you can hit this guide me. What I want you to think about doing is using this guide me. So now you get this is where I want you to let the individual do the touching that's using the device. So now I love the way it brightens it. And then when you hit this, you hit it, then the second button is bright again. So it's really, you can use Word Finder to see if a word's in the device, but I want you to think about using it as a form of vocabulary builder to teach the individual where the word is. It's just a little quicker way of doing it. Again, if you're on the iPad, it's the same steps. So forgive me here, I'll move my big head over. So if you go to spell mode, then you go to the purple one that says Word Finder, and then you spell iPod. And when you hit find, it shows you where it is, but now you just have to take your finger and touch it. It does the same thing. See how it highlights it? And I want the individual to do this part where they get to actually touch it.
iPod.
And I just want to remind you when you're storing words, to use that Word Finder feature to spell a word. To see this, I see a lot of people say, where would I store this word? And I want you to think about storing other related words to see where to program them. So a good example is, let's say you wanted to see if the word lotion was in your device. So you go to spell mode, you go to Word Finder, you spell the word lotion. Whoops, not koshin. You spell the word lotion. My fingers are just trying to go too fast because I'm too excited to do this. So you say, where's the word lotion? It says it's not in there. So then what you do is just try spelling words related to lotion. Like if I go in here and I say, all right, well, is shampoo in the device? And when I do, it says, sure it is. Now again, this is where I want you to think about using this as a form of vocabulary builder. Once you see where it is, then hit the guide me, and then let the individual do this part where they actually hit the sequence. So they get this. It's just a quick way of using Word Finder like Vocabulary Builder. But you can also use Word Finder to find categories to sort of think about where would I store a word. Sometimes you can't find a category. When that happens, I just want you to remember, just look around. So like when you hit the mine, that's where we intended you to put names. And you can see that John's over here in the corner because I'm Big Bad John. So I did that sequence of name plus bad. And I have a friend named Jennifer, and she likes to drink too much. So here's where drink is. So when you hit mine, sure enough, the drink turns to Jennifer. So take that little extra time, because here's the category for music. When you hit music, here's the iPod. Remember when they first came out, they were so popular because everyone talked about how little they were. So then it looks like a little black square kind of. So my category is music. My little changes to an iPod. And I think if you'll take that time to make those relationships between the first icon and the second icon, think of it as a category or a part of speech, and then you'll put it in a place that's visually isolated and a spot that has a relationship to the icon. The individual doesn't have to know those relationships, but boy, does it help you. Just ask yourself, I'm going to give you one more example. When I know that this is the category that takes you to words related to a computer, because I see the computer there, when I know that the one next to it is an iPad because it's an Apple product. Now remember, the individuals you work with don't have to understand that, because when you touch the computer, it changes to a real picture of an iPad. So you get the best of both worlds. But anyway, the main thing I wanted you to do is think about using Word Finder as a form of vocabulary builder, and think about using Word Finder to help you decide where to store words. I guess since we've gone down this path, I just want to remind you how beautiful that top row is. Like when you hit something like yes, I did this for an example. I stored some speech. This is, my name is John Halloran. Then when I hit the yes again, because I'm so proud of myself, when I hit yes, I tell you I have 2 children. And so think about this top row as being used for lots of good uses, because it's most of these buttons don't have a lot after them. Recently, I think it was a mother asked where to store some words like darn or gosh or something. Well, the no makes a perfect spot. So if they hit it twice, they get no. But when you hit it one time, look at all those empty spots to store things like darn or something in there. Okay, so think about storing more stuff and where it goes, and think about the relationship to the first icon and the second icon. Think about keeping things very short, never more than 3 keystrokes. I would recommend 2 for all their favorite things. So when you hit eat, if they love pizza, they shouldn't have to go in here to the Italian category. They would just hit pizza. And everybody loves pizza. They all like going out together. Look at all those happy faces that eat that pizza. So when I hit eat, my pizza shows up here. Okay, I hope that helps you use Word Finder as a formal vocabulary builder and gives you a few tips on how to store new words.